Okay, hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap Live for Monday, November 12th, 2018, and a happy Veterans Day. I'm not sure who in here is a veteran, but I'm sure you know somebody that is a veteran. So, um, yeah, my brother and my husband are both veterans. So, and tonight, we're not going to do anything about veterans. I know that's terrible, but we're looking ahead to December, which is fast approaching, and our document year December uh, starts this coming Friday. So I'm going to kind of give you a little sneaky peeky at some of the products, not all of them, because whatever's available up to this point I have. So um, yeah, we're going to take a look at it and talk about getting ready for um, quickly scrapping your Christmas memories because it's like a really busy time of the year, and like I'm sure most everybody's calendars are just as full as mine when you're seeing family and friends and you know all the little celebrations. It's hard to find even 15 or 20 minutes to do something. So now's the time to start thinking about that and how you can make it easy on yourself. So what you see on my screen right now is Photoshop Bridge, and um, you can get this program without any cost to you if you have a Photoshop Adobe ID. So you just have to set up one of those, and then I think you have access to the download for that. Of course, if you have Creative Cloud, then it's in your program, even if you just have the Photoshop and Lightroom bundle, it's in there. So does anyone else use Bridge? I know Courtney did at one point in
I
time,
tried.
and then
Nope.
you're all over to ACDC now.
You know what's funny is, okay, sadly, I have AC/DC sitting on my computer and I'm still just using my Windows folders at this point.
Yeah.
I only pull up AC/DC when I can't find something that I know I have.
Yeah.
Other than that, Windows folders, and usually
Yeah.
they will find what I'm looking for.
I like ACDC. I like the way it unzips multiple folders for organization. I do like that, and I like its viewer, but I'm totally sworn off of it now after losing my catalog one too many times. Um, so
Yeah, I really like the viewer on it.
yeah,
So I
and
want to like it and I want to use it.
right, you're like, I want it, I want it to be in my arsenal. Um, Bridge, it's I still prefer the way things run in ACDC. I just can't invest that amount of time and not be able to have my catalog, reinstall. I was having it back up and everything every time it would have some kind of error when I was importing the catalog. And so here I am in Bridge, and it does basically the same thing. Um, and it's great for this type of scrapping when you're, uh, scrapping a particular type of theme. Because, like, most of the time, I think I'm like you, Courtney, I'm using a kit and I'm not really mix and matching a whole lot. So in that case, Windows Explorer or whatever you have for Mac to open up is going to be fine because you just really need to see the files to be able to pull them into Photoshop.
Yeah.
But for this, I really like how you can see everything in a particular collection. So it works good for BYOC and any subscriptions that you might have if you need to see, all the products at one time. So now that you've been staring at this lovely gray screen for 5 or 10 minutes as I yap on, Uh, I will
You're fine. Yabber, yabber, yabber.
I will get us to um, our new kit this year, and I'm gonna just bring down the file size a little
New
bit.
kits, new kits. Does anybody here do December daily? Document your December, something that you want to call it, because I know some of those are registered
Yeah,
and trademarked. Um,
yeah,
Kim, by the way, said she used to use HCDC, but it got to be too much. Bev's using Windows folders. Kim says she's used it a little bit.
yeah.
Lou hasn't. Joy has. Well, she's tried, but she's also used ACDC. Kim liked Bridge. Cap says, is this Bridge 2019?
It
The
is.
new version that came out recently.
It is
Have you noticed
2019.
improvements?
I haven't noticed anything really extraordinary.
Okay.
But then again, I, I I did get a new computer and two new monitors, and
Oh, you got a new computer?
I did,
Yay!
and I got a new EHD. Um, so yeah, I have a
Oh my
solid.
goodness,
Yeah.
Cheryl, it was Christmas early at your house.
Well, it was our 25th wedding anniversary at the end of last month on the 30th, and
Hmm.
hubby and I wanted to celebrate, and so we we live near Pensacola Beach, which lots of people come vacation here. It's an amazing place to be, and that's where we went on our honeymoon actually. Um, so we thought we might go back there, and then um, we were also looking at New Orleans. So we're looking at rooms, and we're kind of going out of the traditional hotel room uh, because I really need to sleep kind of sitting up, like in a recliner. And we were having a difficult time finding that accommodation. And what we were finding was really expensive. So there was still no
Hmm.
guarantee I was going to have a good night's sleep. So we talked about it, and I was like, there's other things. If you told me I had X amount of money to spend, I would want to spend it on this. We've already been to Pensacola Beach. We can ride over there. Da 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 da. So anyway, that's what we did. We did a lot of shopping. We had 8 days
How
together. Yeah,
fun!
and it was nice to, I think it was our 20th anniversary we had here at home as well, but we sent the kids away because we did it during the
Hmm.
summer, so neither one of them there was not an issue. But now, of course, we didn't do it in the summer, and um, just didn't work out. So they were here, which is not a big deal. But um, you know, we went out to eat. We told them, don't ask us about food. You're on your own. I mean, they're 21 and 13, so they can kind of fend for themselves. So it was nice to do that. And I don't think I mentioned this either, but we got an adjustable bed. So I have been sleeping in that, and it's absolutely incredible. I am so alert. It's just, anyway, a big blessing. So it was hard to think about paying to spend the night somewhere else uncomfortably, uncomfortably so.
Hmm.
So anyway, but this computer is very fast and makes me very happy. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. So,
Kat says her 12th wedding anniversary is 12/12, so they're going for 2 weeks in Disney World.
ooh,
Happy
nice.
belated anniversary, Cheryl.
Thank
Lou
you.
says you're a smart girl.
Well, I don't know about that,
I
but
agree.
um, you know,
No, you got something that will last rather than,
yeah. I mean,
a
the
moment or
thing was we
two.
wanted to spend time together, and we spent a lot of time together. Just hanging out, talking, going out to eat, shopping together. I mean, it's, when you have kids, you just tend to do all the family things, and so it was really fun to have that time together. Yeah, we had a good time. So here is my happy
Yay.
little new computer that's running quite happily. Um, oh, I just have to show you. This is what happens when I open Lightroom now. Are you ready?
We're all sitting here with bated breath waiting. Hey, look, everything didn't crash.
And it's open. We didn't have to wait a full minute.
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, and closing it,
That's
the
awesome.
same thing. I'm like, it just closes instead of just sitting there and thinking and thinking. Okay, so
Yay.
all right. So I have already unzipped all the products and I have tagged all of them with my document year December tag, except for one um, designer's products. And so I just kind of wanted to show you how I go in and tag, since we've talked about this in the forum off and on. So um, this is Bella Gypsies. And one thing I don't like about Bridge is that I can't see what's in the folders. So what makes this particular process here fun is that I can see everything. Basically I'm unpacking the folders without unpacking the folders. So I'm just going to go to view and I'm going to ask it to show me items from subfolders. And it's going to do a little bit of thinking. You can see it down here. It was indexing and now it's generating thumbnails. And that will take a second for it to do because there are 2 folders of alphas, I think. So that's quite a bit. So I'm just going to let it do its little thing. Does anybody have any questions about? Um,
So Dana wants to know if Lightroom and Bridge serve the same purpose.
um,
That's kind of a big one to unpack.
it's not a silly question. They they do organize your items in similar ways. With Lightroom, you have the ability to develop your photographs or make edits to them. And you can't do that in Bridge. Bridge is basically Windows Explorer, but you have the ability to attach metadata or keywords or tags so you can quickly find uh, items for scrapping. Uh, and now that I'm looking at this, I see Kat says, can you change your folder preview to the kit preview? And no, you can't. Not that I found.
I'm like, that was my next question, but I was waiting for you to answer the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So, and if somebody does find out how to do that, please let me know, because I would love for it to show that. But right now, um, it's not going to show anything but your folders. But once you click to show all the contents of the folder, then um, it's going to unpack it all. And so what I usually do is because the TOUs are usually in every single photo, so I already have their TOU and I can see it, an updated one on the website as well. So I usually just delete those because I know I have them in other kits. And I just go through. Like a lot of times, a designer will give you their website or um, maybe a thank you. Sometimes they include coupons, and I'll go through and either mark those. Um, if it's a coupon, I don't want to get rid of that, but anything else I can get rid of. So right now I'm just kind of quickly zipping through this folder to see if there's anything I need to delete before I start tagging.
So Dana said Bridge Digital Lightroom photos.
Oh, like Bridge, just for my digi supplies? Yes. And then Lightroom is basically just for photos. There are people who use Lightroom for their digital supplies. I just find that the catalog can get a little unwieldy if you don't have, the right kind of computer or, um, to be able to run it like it needs to be run.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that alpha right there. Oh, it's a stamp. Little vintage.
Kim
Oh,
said Bella Gypsy uses such bright colors.
oh, they do. I love it.
That was my problem, Shannon. I tried to like Lightroom for supplies too, but when you have too many supplies, or I didn't like how if I had it sorted by date so I could browse through my photos, I'd end up with random supplies in there unless I did weird sorting stuff. So,
Yeah. Okay, so
but
now
she
I'm
said hers
just.
got really slow.
Oh, yes, a little slow. Um, yeah,
Aw.
so, oh, what?
Kim says it was because of Fiddle-Dee-Dee, also known as you, and Bella Gypsy that she came over to the lily pad.
Aw, how
Aw.
nice. I'm glad you followed us. All right, so now I'm just gonna click on the first item and then go down to the bottom and shift click, and that's gonna select every item in this folder because it's showing me everything that's in the subfolders too. And then I'm just gonna come over here and you can see I have document your December underneath themes, and I've already got a keyword tag in there for "'Tis the Season." And to tag these, all I have to do is click one button, and you can see down on the bottom that it's starting to tag. It's writing metadata to those items. Pardon me, I have a
Bev wants to
scratchy
know
throat.
if her and Dana are stalkers or fangirls. I said both.
Yes, I like Fangirl, but Stalker's good too. All right, so it's already done tagging those for "'Tis the Season." And I'm going to go back out to the main collection now because just like any kind of, you know, file system, just if you're using Windows Explorer, I can open up a single folder to see what's inside of it. And I can scroll through that way. But if I want to see everything that's in this collection together, there are a couple of different ways I can do it. And you can actually make a collection, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go with my tags. I just usually the collections are over here on the other side, and I just I tend to be I tend to use the keyword tag more than the collection. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, so to find everything that I've tagged with "'Tis the Season," I'm just gonna click over here. I'm gonna right click, and you'll get a couple of different options: new keyword, new sub keyword, rename, delete, and find. And I'm just gonna click on find, and you're gonna get a little flyout menu, and I'm asking it to look in my folder scrapbook kits, and I want it to find any keywords that contain 2018 "'Tis the Season." And if any criteria is met, it's going to include subfolders and non-indexed files, but I think mine are all indexed now. And then I just press find. And then you can see it down here. It's working a little bit because it's got to pull up uh, a lot of files. Let's see. Yeah, they're indexing
A
the
lot
Bella
of
Gypsy
files.
files I just tagged. So It's going to take a second to do that. Okay.
Dana loves those papers. I think
Right.
they're pretty.
And while it's indexing, I'm just going to kind of
So pretty.
flip through. I mean, look at that pink with the glitter on the bottom. Seriously. I mean, just so, so cute. And then you can
Bev says
see.
she can see all her money going bye-bye. Amy
Oh,
says she's never met a plaid she didn't like.
yes. I love these. Look at the little frills. They're so cute. The little
They're
lights.
so fun.
And then here's some of Rachel's stuff, which I love this kit, Alpine. I'm particularly happy about those inky stencils. Just too cute. Look at these alphas from Pink Reptile.
I love the little, do you have the little truck? Oh, the little car with the tree on top. Like I can just
Oh
see
yeah.
like scrapbooking our Christmas tradition of watching Christmas Vacation with that.
Yes,
Look at her snowman. Yep, her little snowman. Oh, do you have Danielle's tags?
I do.
Did I miss those?
They're right
She has
here.
some really cute tags. Yep, the little chalk ones. I do not blame you, Shannon. I would not decorate if I was going to be gone from the 17th till the 29th either.
Yeah.
Well, or I would decorate really early so I could
Yeah.
enjoy it. It depends.
I like that. I like her matching labels too. She has the tags and then she
Mm-hmm.
has the labels that are super cute.
Yep.
And then Grace and Color
There's a
has
lot of
these
cute
fun
things.
journal cards.
And she has numbers to dance to match too, right?
Yes. And then Lynn Grieveson has
I'm
these
like, I'm pretty sure.
cute. I mean, look at those. They're just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The script is awesome on the journal cards. Yep, I think that's the Grace and Colors one. Cat
yes.
can't wait to have Danielle's things.
Yeah.
Shannon, my husband would have a stroke too if I decorated right now.
Ooh, I like
Sarah,
this
they are
one.
recorded. Well, this one is.
Yes,
Oh, I
yes,
like that paint stroke paper.
right? And then this one
Mm-hmm.
here. Oh, love it. Love it.
Kat's husband is back in London, so she started decorating.
You're like,
That's totally fair because they don't really have Thanksgiving in London, so there's nothing to wait for, right?
oh, look at this pattern paper over here. The black and white one.
Ooh.
Mm, mm,
You know
mm.
what would look really cool on that? Some
I
like
like
nighttime
that.
snow photos.
Oh, so fabulous.
Sarah wants all of them.
I mean, look at that
Yeah,
right
we just need a
there.
buy it all button.
Oh, oh man. Yeah. So it's
I
nice
like those graphic ones.
just to see everything together. I love that. I like that little car with the tree on top too. It's red.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
It's red
red.
instead of pink.
Yeah. Oh, super
I like
cute.
the paper too, with the car and the tree.
Yes, that
You know,
one.
Laura has talked about a buy it all button, but it's a coding nightmare, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's why she hasn't got to it yet.
She's like, I'm not there yet. Can't do it.
Yeah. Lots and lots of numbery things. Where's your templates? I haven't seen them yet. Did I miss them?
I haven't pulled them in here yet. I need to copy them and put
Oh,
them in there.
what?
I know, right?
Don't you guys want to see Cheryl's templates?
should have already
Come
put them in
on. You
there.
know you want to see them, right?
Hang on.
Yes, yes, yes. See? Cheryl.
I know. I know.
Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure that was shouting.
Yes. Okay, there is the December Details 2 album. I do have a December Details from last year. They're a little different, so I like them because I usually have more than one photo per day. So I
Are you
like
going
to
to
make
show
sure.
us them?
Oh yes, I can show you.
Come
I
on,
can
lady. They
show
want to see them.
you.
Shannon says she buys them all. She might be a hoarder. It's okay because it's digital, so nobody knows your dirty little secret.
Oh,
And I say that because that's what I tell myself all the time.
okay, I want to just view them. Please open with
No judgment here.
DC. Okay, there's the cover.
Hold on. You stop sharing your screen.
Oh goodness.
Or am I the only one who can't see it?
No, it went
Like,
away.
I don't think anybody else can see it. Okay.
How's that?
There, I see it.
Yay.
Here it comes. There it is.
All right, so
Isn't
there's
that a cute cover?
It's cute. You like it?
I really like that idea too. December details.
Yeah. So
Like the little moments of December. No pressure to do it daily.
So if you just wanted to do, a plain white cover, so you don't have to worry about the binding or whatever, this is a great cover, but you can also do a full page photo on this one. So, yeah. So there is.
So that one photo you get in the season that's just absolutely gorgeous, and you're like, this is it.
This is it. This is the one I'm putting on the cover. So, I'm just going to flip through them real quick because there are 30 of them. Let's see, 32 actually total.
30. I like it. I like it a lot. Sarah wishes there were more 8.5 by 11 templates. Didn't you do that
Yes,
size last year?
I did, but I just couldn't. They just were not downloaded very much. So,
Not
or
many
the,
people wanted them, Sarah, is what she's really nicely trying to say.
yes, I'm sorry. It's a lot of work for me to convert them from the different size. So I'm sorry. I feel bad.
There used to be a formula out there that you could use as a scrapper to convert it, like a mathematical format,
Huh.
to convert it from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 11. And yes, it's weird that I know that, but I do know that.
Yeah, I just kind of.
Isn't it pretty? And it's so fun to see it like this because you see how like beautiful your album would be because it'd be so consistent and it'd go together so well.
Yeah. And of course, when we usually do these promotions, it's 30% off. And then if you're a newsletter subscriber, I have an additional 20% off coupon that'll be in my newsletter that goes out Friday. It actually may go out Thursday night. It just depends. But yeah, so that's significant savings for new products. Okay, so there is that. All right, so now we're back here. Da, da, da. What?
Kim says, my daughter who is waiting to move, she's subbing. Today was 6th grade math and she texted her a problem to double check for her.
You're like, what?
That's so funny.
So, oh, and
Look at
here's
the wonderful shadow on the ribbon. Ooh, that must have been on Cheryl's template before she clicked off, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna open up. These are my other templates. These are called baubles. Baubles. Is that how you say it? Bauble? A bauble? Bauble?
I like
Bauble.
Bobble.
Yep.
Yep, I like Bobble. That's how I say it.
So these are cute. Just
Yes,
to,
Kim, Bobbles.
you know, you can add these in as well with the album too, because I usually end up with um, more than 30 pages for my holiday album. Okay, so it would be
More than
nice if I,
30.
yes,
That's impressive. I don't.
um, I
I
I haven't
I'm a
even
flunky
finished.
and I flat out admit it.
I haven't even finished a year yet. That's okay. I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there.
As long as, you know,
As long as
Kim
what?
says she'll only have a few pages this year, and that's okay.
Let's see. Let me go to layouts. I think the one I have the most of is for 2016. I'll show y'all those real quick.
Shannon says she sees the need for a Christmas in Florida album.
Oh, yeah.
Amy goes all the way to the 31st because that's her
Okay.
hubby's birthday.
Okay, so these are for 2017, and um, I had surgery last year, so I basically waited and did um, my 2017 document year December in month of challenges. If it fit, I would use it to meet that challenge, but I still didn't get anywhere near what I wanted to. So, hot chocolate, we usually always have. That's my cover from last year. And then some of these, yeah, this is a mock layout because you had to use, oh God, what was this one? I know it was something about the photos. You had to have X number of photos. Do you remember, Courtney? I think it was one of Anne's challenges.
um, was it the 25 photos?
I think so.
23, Bev thinks.
Yeah.
Kim thinks 24. Yeah, I want to say, I thought it was 25. Yeah, 24, 25, Kim, because I remember doing a whole bunch of rows. Because
Yeah.
I had horrible Christmas photos last year. My lighting was off. They didn't turn out, but they looked okay if I made them tiny.
Yeah.
So I made them like 2 by 2s and just layered them that way and called it good.
And then this one was a clean and simple challenge. And I actually made it be uh, my style afterwards. So that's why it's so full. And then decorating. And then just Olivia hanging out or just shopping. Little tiny decorations. The cat again, because we take photos of her all the time. And then 2016 is the one I have the most of. Let's see. Yep. So, let's see.
That's
This was like,
Danyale.
yep, that was when she was still here. And we were working together. Um, she lived just a couple of streets over, but we still just got online, so we'd both be at our computers. But some details um, from a December day. I had breakfast with my Aunt Oni one day. And of course, about the cat. Coffee. Yeah,
Because it wouldn't be an album of Cheryl's without the cat,
the
right?
cat, the cat, the cat, the cat.
I love it.
Yeah. Date night in December. This one was a weird one because we watch football in December. So I, I had football stuff in there, but then I added some, Christmassy touches. And this is decorating at my mom's. Holly Bell sleeping, Holly Bell sleeping. We ate at my mom's while we decorated. And then I was trying to take pictures of these cute little birds. It's hard to see them, but every picture I took was blurry. So, this is wearing our little
Every picture was blurry.
headbands. Yep. More Holly Bell. Me and my sister and her boyfriend and my hubby. Selfies.
I like that photo.
I like it
Like the
too.
reflection on the floor, the way it leads your eye right to the tree.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm in a design class?
Yep. And then you see her underneath there,
Sorry.
don't you? She's hiding. She's
Uh,
underneath the
she's
tree.
hiding under the tree.
Yeah, she's in there. My sister and her boyfriend. This is one of my favorite ones I made. We love to watch The Grinch every Christmas, and so I just took a typewriter font and made a bunch of, I took stuff from the little song.
Ooh, was it like a song lyric challenge or something? Because you've got like all the lyrics all over.
Yeah, like your heart
That's
is full of
cool.
unwashed socks. You're a nasty wasty skunk. It was just funny. And then these are templates from last year, and this is like it had my favorite holiday memories, my favorite music, my favorite food. I can't remember. There was a bunch of them in there, but I used one of my templates to make that. The cat again. Uh, Me as a deer. And
I totally love that one, Dana. The Christmas movie one.
oh yeah, yeah. I really like that one a lot. And then let's share decorations at my mom's. Cat again. Cat again. Just regular
Cadigan,
stuff
Cadigan,
happening
Cadigan, Cadigan.
in December. More regular stuff. Car rider pickup, shopping. This some decorations I made. Uh, this is me and Danielle again working. Me and my mom.
Hardly working.
Um, Having eggnog. Then it's like 10 things about the year. So, and then my son and my mom's dog, Bubba.
Aww.
And then I binge watched Nurse Jackie that year, 2016. And then I did a year
There's
in a
something
row.
about I binge watched a show that's somewhere no near Christmas.
Right? Yep. I binge
It's
watched
just fun.
Nurse Jackie in just a couple of weeks during the holidays. It was my guilty pleasure. Jackie was oh so good at being
I
bad.
love it.
Yep. So, yep.
It's fun.
So, now that we've yada yada yada, let's quickly, shall we? Uh, Work on the cover. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. Do, 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 do.
It's
Uh,
Christmassy. Jackie, naughty or nice?
yeah,
I like that, Kim.
let's see here. Oh, it's thinking right now.
Are you looking for a big old paper?
Yeah, because there were a lot of papers I really liked. Mm-mm-mm.
There were a lot of papers.
I mean, a lot. You can
So you're not
really.
going to do a photo, just a big old paper?
I think I'm just gonna do a paper, and I really liked this one by Rachel um, and her Alpine papers. So I think I'm gonna start with that one. But I don't know. I kind of like this one too.
Hard
I know
decisions.
because I like not having to worry about my cover so much as far as,
Hmm.
wrap around. So I think I'm just going to go with that white for right now. And I may do some blending on the cover, but I think I'm going to pop up and grab. mm, no, right now, I'm just flipping through everything.
She's looking through every single paper she owns. You know that, guys, right?
Nope, just the ones that
Just
I tagged.
kidding.
Just the ones that I tagged. Okay, let's see what this looks like.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. Yep,
Oh, that's cute.
just a little text page. And then I want to grab one of Danielle's little tags because they're so cute. Oh, but I have to calm down and
Aw,
find
I like
them.
Danielle's tags.
To get through all these alphas. There they are. Let's see. Oh, oh, I like this one, I think.
Lou says nice one for the border.
Okay, I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. Isn't that
Ooh, isn't that
cute?
a cardinal sin to make something bigger?
Uh, brought it in as a smart object, so I think it'll be all right.
Oh,
But yeah, generally speaking.
okay. So, are you liking the new Photoshop or is it throwing you off yet?
I'm okay with it.
I keep trying to hold buttons when I transform, and if I hold my button, it doesn't transform right.
Well, on
Muscle memory is hard to break.
yeah, because I choose to bring them in as smart objects, I still have to use the shift to transform. But if it's a
Hmm.
non-smart object, then you don't have to press shift. So that is a little different.
I do, Kat. I love that I don't have to use it when I remember, but it's the reteaching myself not to use because it's such a habit. Like I'll do it and I'm like, why is it doing that? And I'll look down and realize my keys have touched it without even needing to. Amy keeps getting that stupid disappearing layers. Oh, okay. So can I tell you something sad? I had that on my Illustrator project that I had to do last week for school, and it was driving me nuts because there's nothing like working on a project for school, not just fun, and things are disappearing.
You're like, "Ugh."
I haven't had it in Photoshop, which I'm really grateful for. I only had it once where the layer disappeared, and I was able to like close and reopen it. It didn't do it again.
Oh, this is so
I
pretty.
don't know what causes it, Kim.
Check
I
out
tried that,
this
Amy. Like I
artsy
tried
bit.
going backwards a few steps and forwards. Nope.
Oh my gosh. This is from NBK. Oh, I love it.
That is pretty. I like it. And I like anything that does that and I don't have to work on it.
Right?
Mhm. Kim breaks
Uh,
that rule all the time. Oh, the making things bigger. Some things look funny if you make them too much bigger. That's why I
yeah.
asked.
You do have to be careful with that.
It tends to happen
Oh
when you're
my
warping the
gosh.
most. Do you know what's funny? I was just moving an object and it just like it was my photo and it disappeared. I was like, "What happened?"
What happened?
And I thought maybe I hit a key wrong or did something wrong and I was like, "What?" Kim says it's her book. She'll do it her way. Oh, go for it. I am not against it at all. I think it's funny when I see people do it because it's like the thing people tell you all the time. Don't make anything bigger, you'll ruin it.
Well,
It's like, ah,
you
whatever.
will get fuzzy edges if you're really doing some big
Yeah.
changes, but I mean, a lot of things your eye can't even register. Oh,
Yeah. Like I mean if you made that flower full size whole page, you'd probably notice the fudgy edges,
you're right.
but you'd have to make it pretty big, I think. I was just teasing you about the tag because you didn't even make the tag that big or anything.
But
Yeah, Kim says she doesn't do it
it's a
enough to get
valid
fuzzy
point to make.
edges.
I I have to agree
Yeah.
that you just need to be careful.
Have you seen um sometimes I'll see app scrapper pages that people have done on the app
Yeah,
and they've taken a cell phone photo, like a crappy front facing one usually, and they've expanded it to fit like almost the whole 12 by 12 page or whatever.
oh
And
gosh.
I just want to say no. Please no.
No, don't do
Because
that.
that was not a high enough photo. It was not a big enough resolution. No, just don't.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. It does not work well when you do that. It's funny because Persnickety actually has in their store, if you go there, they actually have a thing.
Like a guide.
They have a thing where they have it. No, they've just printed out like a crappy cell phone photo at
Oh,
like a normal size where you can print it and then a little bit bigger and then a little bit bigger and then a little bit bigger. And it's like, see what happens when you try and make things big that don't, know your resolution or whatever.
right.
Know your dimensions, know how big you can print it because this is what happens when you don't. It's like, oh yeah, that doesn't look so good. So that makes it kind of interesting too. But I think it's cool that they show you that they're like, this is why you don't do
Right.
this. Because this is what happens. I love Persnickety too, Amy. Have you ever had the chance to go in their store? No, I wish. There's just something about it because it's like it feels like yay because it's like somewhere you've been. I don't know. It feels like a store that's like set up to love you because you're a scrapbooker, if that makes sense.
You're like, this store loves
I don't
me.
know.
I
It's
love
like
that. I'm gonna start using
this
this
store
store
loves
loves me.
me.
It wants me to shop here. This store loves me. Yes.
They do. They want you
Yes.
to shop there and they show it. And yeah, it's just fun. I don't know. I don't know. It's just fun.
Fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun,
It's very
fun.
like clean and tidy,
Oh
but
yeah.
you can tell like photos everywhere and
Yeah.
yeah.
Dee, 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 dee. Dee, 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 dee. Trying to think, do I want it down here? I think I'll just put it down there. So cute.
I love that little pretty scatter in the back.
Yes, that's from MBK. Like, just
I
lovely.
know. I gotta play with her stuff more. We have too many amazing designers.
Right? There's so much fabulousness.
Amy says we need a gallery for DYD like BYOC with a CT discount too.
She's like, gotta do this.
She's like, out, out, please. Can I have a discount, please? Please? That's really funny. I like it. Kat says she's right. I'll take it without a discount. Well, technically, that one will be coming. It just will happen when you just click on the category that says DYD. Right?
Hmm.
Oh, the early gallery. You just want the early gallery. That's what this was. Cheryl showed you things early.
Yeah. I snuck
You
it
can't
in.
buy it yet, but you got to see it all.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I got it in. I did it. I was like, okay,
You should have seen her in the
designers.
back room. She was like, guess what? I'm doing this and I don't care. And
Yep,
people were like, what, Cheryl? You can't do that. She was like, no, I can. And you watch me do this.
I can and I
Okay, just kidding.
will.
Cheryl didn't
Just
do that at
watch.
all.
Just watch me. I did. I,
Friday's super
I'm,
far away, but
I made
Thursday
a
night's
post.
closer.
I made a post that said, hey, y'all, I'm fixing to download all your stuff. Watch me. Watch me do it.
Um, all that was going through my head when you said that was watch me whip it. Watch me nay nay.
Watch me whip. Watch me nene.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm really happy.
Yes,
I'm going to
us
be very
Pacific
happy
girls. We
about
usually
this.
see it Thursday night.
I am so
I think
happy
so too.
about
I think you're going to be
it.
thrilled with it.
Doo-doo-doo. I didn't see any of Allison's stuff yet, and I love her stuff, especially for Christmas.
I
I
know.
know. So I didn't get to show y'all
I
that, which is
know.
sad. But y'all got to see some stuff.
Love the shiny things. Bev wants to know where the gold sprinkles are from.
The sequins, they are from Rachel's. Um, hang on. Fa la la.
I don't know where they're from.
She has a couple of collections that are going to be out.
La 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 la
Fa
la
la la
la
la
la
la
la.
la. Okay. Delete that foliage.
Any others you guys want to know?
Anything else you want to know? Anything? Any
Anything else you want to
secrets?
see? Secrets. Secrets, secrets, secrets.
Secret.
Everybody play bingo. It's a secret special bingo.
Oh, this is going
What
to
are
be
you going to
so
put on
cute.
that big blue label?
On the big blue label, I'm going to replace it, I
On
think.
the big blue label.
I think I'm going to replace
Ooh.
it. I'm just kind of hitting here and there. Oh, that was perfect size. That was a perfect size.
Aww. A perfect size. It's always fun to see how somebody else does it because I'm like, yeah, I would just erase the blue label and probably drop it and leave the tag shining through because that's who I am.
Yeah, so let's see what that looks like.
Because that's just me.
I think I actually may pull it down, pull all this down, but leave the label there.
Bev
bring
says
it
her
down.
too.
So now that you can see that other little part of the tag. And then I'm just going to leave that there.
That's just when
And
you have to pop dart the tag.
yep, that's right.
Just pop dart it all.
Okay, I think I'm going to make that pink.
Make it pink.
Yeah.
Mmm.
And then I'm just going to
Interesting.
delete that little outline. There's a bunch of numbers, which those are all fabulous. But I don't need numbers on my cover.
No numbers on your cover? Why not? What if you wanted numbers on your cover? Like 1 through 31 or something.
Yeah. Oh, this is cute.
I don't know.
I'm gonna put these numbers
just
here.
being weird.
I'm gonna put 18. That'll bring some of that up. All right. See if there's anything else I see that I can't live without.
That you can, well, you'll still have a whole lot of other stuff. Kim wants to know, how did you make that pink? Because you did it differently than she does.
I went to the bottom where you have icons, and I just clicked on the I guess I don't know what they call it. It's not showing me my little things right now. But I'm just gonna pick a solid color, and then from here you can choose from a swatch, or you can change it, like if I wanted to change it to black. Just, and then I just press Control G and Control E to merge it down.
Control G clips it, Control E merges it.
Yeah.
Amy says adjustment layer icon.
Yeah. I'm like,
The technical name there.
Yeah. It was
You know,
not
the one
coming.
that has the white and black on it.
Yeah.
The circle.
Okay, I think I may put this little tag in here because it's so super cute, instead of using that label.
Learning new things with Cheryl is the whole reason to come.
Oh, yes.
Bye, Amy. Control G, Kim. We'll combine them.
It's not
Control
native.
G is your clippy mask. Oh, wait.
It's not native.
That's right.
So I've changed it. So you'll need to, are you in PSC?
It is. Yeah, she's she's in PSCC.
Okay, then she'll have to change
That's
that.
right, because I changed mine too.
Oh gosh.
I think it's Control Alt G is the native one.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think that's right.
Well, Sarah says Control Alt G. Yeah, I think it's Control Alt G, but since I never use grouping, I always just go in and change the shortcut, because you can do that in PSCC.
Yeah.
To the Control G, because that's what it was when I used Elements, and I think that's the same reason Cheryl does it.
Yep.
It's because that's what it was in Elements.
And it's something I use so much.
No, what do you use grouping for? Teach me something, Kim. What do you use grouping for? Oh, lots of people are, oh, apparently this is something I should be using more of. Everybody's typing to tell me why. To tie all those alpha together. Okay, maybe. Photo boxes so they're the right size, then add photos and group them. So I add my photos and I just merge them. Like I clip them and I merge them. Shannon uses it for her alphas. I may have to try using it for my alphas. I usually my alphas are one of the last things I add, so I don't worry about it. And that's totally true, Sarah. You could totally just flip them if you use one more often. Bev used it today to link a bunch of pieces together and then clip one paper to the shapes. Okay, so why did you use grouping over merging? You wanted them to remain separate? Lou, you're using GIMP, aren't you? Or are you using Paint? Because I didn't know about merge. Well, that is a good reason. Grouping for papers. Okay. Link layers versus grouping. So the link layers I use often with my alpha titles because I'll get them set up the way I want them. Like maybe I want this one a little high and this one a little low, and then I'll group them. Or not group them, I'll link them so that if I move one, it all moves together. And from what can tell, and maybe I just use grouping wrong the few times I've done it, that doesn't move them all together. Merge does put it into one layer. And once it's merged, you can't unmerge. No, not unless you go backwards. But for me, most of the time, whatever, like if I've put the photo in, I'm leaving it. I'm not changing the photo out. And so I just leave it. Yeah, if you're going to change your mind, grouping would be better than merging, but. So watching Cheryl has taught me to be decisive, to stop being
Just
undecisive and just go for it and just commit.
Do it.
And that's true too, Kim. You can always go backwards. Honestly, I'm more likely to link my alphas together so that they move as one and to merge my photos to like a specific shape because at that point I've decided I want them to stay that way. Which is why I apparently don't use grouping enough. But now I might play with that feature more.
Okay, let's see what I have left. Did my paper frame. Oh, I can delete that. I need another star. I need another star.
Huh. Kim is more likely to merge her alphas once she gets them right. Interesting.
All new things.
I guess I use grouping more if I need to clean up my layers palette. I probably should use grouping more to clean up my layers palette. Kim doesn't like linked layers. She might put them in a folder. So putting them in a folder is grouping them, isn't it? Or is there a difference between that? Yeah, okay. Like maybe I still don't know what I'm talking about.
I rarely know what I'm talking about these days.
Layers. See, I have my layers set up so that I click on them and it flips to that layer. So honestly, I run through my layer palette at the end just to make sure everything has a shadow that should. But other than that, I don't use the layer palette as much. Like I keep it open and stuff, of course, but I have the click to move layers. Click to switch layers. Like that, like Cheryl just did. So it's rare that I have to try and get into my layers. Like look for something specific, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know if that made sense, what I was trying to say. It made sense in my head, but that doesn't mean it made sense.
It made sense. It made sense. I know it did at some point in time. It made sense. Okay, I think that was my last item. Delete that. Is everything
See, now if it was mine, I
here?
start at the bottom and I just do a quick glance up to make sure everything has a shadow, and then I call it good.
Yep.
Do you know what I did change recently, though? Because it drives me bonkers, is I changed it so that the effects automatically hides rather than it automatically expanding when you add a shadow or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
still says it still hides.
Gotcha.
Oh no, I'm sure you're not doing anything goofy, Sarah. The clicking to select doesn't always click the best. It happens. It is in the preferences, yes. Um, I do not have mine open right now. But I'm pretty sure it was a preference that I found it in because it
Okay.
drove me nuts. Control clicking helps you find items better. I haven't tried that.
Okay, okay.
So you just hold control and click, and what does it do? Control select highlights the items with a board with oh, it finds the layer. See, I've had it find the layer when you just click without having to control click, but it highlights it. That's fancy.
That's fancy. I like the way you said that.
It is fancy. I like fancy. Well, you know, sometimes fancy is fun.
It is, it is.
Huh. Interesting. See, all these different ways to do things. Is that tan outline a template piece or you replaced it?
I
Of the tag
replaced it.
under between the December details.
I replaced
Okay.
it. It's I think it's from Sahlin Studio.
I like the corner cutout.
Yes. And I like it's kind of like a muted gold. So I like that. Just doing a little custom shadows here on just a couple of things.
I like muted gold.
Muted gold.
Warping shadows is definitely something I need to practice, says Sarah. Yeah, you know, I starting to do it like Cheryl does, where she does that open up and opens up that little 9 grid, has
Yep.
made it easier.
Yeah, it makes it quicker.
And realizing I don't have to do everything, just do a couple of things and it makes it look pretty. And
Yes.
so each time I get a little bit faster at doing certain things. Kim says, never mind her grouping talk. She was thinking of doing clipping masks.
Uh,
That is okay.
yeah.
I still learned things about grouping tonight.
Yes. I'm all about that. Oh, I got one more thing. Ah, I thought I had done it all, but I missed. I missed. Let's see. It's a
What'd you miss?
star, but I think I may just use a button instead. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? It's this one right here.
So, are you using PSCC, Sarah? You are, right? I'm pretty sure. So
Okay,
once you
I'm just
separate
gonna
the
use one.
layer, when she does another one, we'll have her walk you through it. But there's a little grid you can pick up the top to move the shadow around.
Yeah, I'll do it on this one.
Yeah. I knew you'd
Okay.
do it as soon as you got that placed. We could have you do it.
Okay, so
So she.
so right here there's a little FX button, and that's how you know what's, well, like Courtney said, she's hid all this, but this lets you know that you have an effect on that particular um, image. And if you want to separate those effects, you can just right click, but you need to make sure you're right clicking over that little FX button. If you just right click, you won't get that option. But if you right click right on top of it, you'll get this other fly out menu. And down at the very bottom, underneath global light, it says create layer. And you click on that, and that pulls your shadow away. And once you've got to your shadow, then just click on your bounding box, and it opens up the dialogue at the top. And then I just choose, some people think it looks like a diamond ring, some I think it looks like windshield washers or something, but it toggles between your free transform and your warp. And then from there, I can start pulling on these little handles, and that will allow me to kind of bring in the shadow, um, here, and then pull it out in other places. So it just kind of gives you more of a custom look. Did that make sense?
Anytime. She's happy to show anything.
Yeah, just ask and
She says, ah, I see.
I see. Anything else y'all need?
I see. I see.
I also use the smudge tool to move some stuff around. So you can push in your shadow a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger.
Aw, Dana says you're such a great teacher.
Oh, well, thank you. I just um I've just learned along the way, and if I can help somebody else do it faster, quicker, easier, let's do it. Let's do it that way. Let's do it quicker. All right, I'm done. Okay, we're a little bit over, but I think that's okay. I'm glad I got my cover done. And now what I'm going to do, let me save this. My plan is from this point is to go ahead and start bringing in my other album. So I'm going to start with page number 1, but really you can mix and match. Um, you don't need to keep them in order or anything, but I'm going to go ahead, I think at least for the first few layouts, go ahead and actually scrap without there being any photos there. And then if I determine that, like, maybe I only take one photo that day, then I can just change these to paper blocks. I don't have to, and then there'll just be the one photo on that day. Um, and then, of course, if I don't have the right colors, then I can switch things out. But if the bulk of the scrapping is done, then it's really just easy for you to find 10 minutes or 15 minutes to throw in some photos and make some final adjustments and add your journaling and then be done. So that's my plan. But as we all know, my plans tend to go awry during the holidays.
The best laid plans and all of that.
Best laid plans. Okay, I am going to end the recording. So I'm going to do that now.